therapy idea, I would say, or clinically very important point that we are going to start at World of SLP is talk about therapy activities. Interesting, creative, out of the box therapy activities to keep your child engaged in the session, to make sure that you are giving the best of that you can to the session so that you don't run out of ideas, firstly. Secondly, you can make it as interactive, as fun as possible. But though I lack in creativity a lot, so I'm not someone who can think of 1,000 things using toys unless someone really makes it easy for me. So I have learned this, that there are multiple goals you can target with one toy. Also, it's sometimes possible that you don't have toys, like you don't have all the kind of toys. So how do we go about making life easy but fun? That's what this section will be all about. So I'll be talking about whatever therapy technique, whatever cool games that I have planned. Not so cool, but theek thak. So I'll share with you all, and you all, if you all have, and I'm sure you all must be having more than what I have, share with us so we can all improve our ideas for therapy, because it sometimes gets so boring with the same old puzzle, with the same blocks and same stacking rings, that child gets bogged down, we get bogged down, and it's so monotonous. Why not make it more interesting, more creative, more fun by using different techniques? So today, as the first video, I'm going to talk about a very simple tool, that's the bubbles. I'm sure all of us have used bubbles in our therapy technique, if not always, but once definitely, for sure. So bubbles are a very interesting thing. I love them because we think of bubbles and there are so many areas that you can target using bubbles. So very commonly it's used as a reinforcement. Kids love bubbles, may it be blowing, may it be popping, they love it. So you can use bubbles to just as a reinforcement, whereby you give it after, as we all know, it can be positive reinforcement given after a number of trials of positive responses. Kids love them, so you can use it. It's a recurring stimuli. They love popping, they love blowing, so that's one way. Second way to use bubbles is for oromotor skill, to target blowing. You can increase the difficulty of the task by firstly keeping the wand close to the mouth, then slowly taking it far and then farther and farther away. That's how you can target blowing. It's a very nice tool to use for blowing because it gives an immediate feedback. Looking at the bubbles, they enjoy, they would like to try more. So it's a nice tool for oromotor function of blowing. Third thing that you can use bubbles is for communicative intent. When I say communicative intent, so if it's a non-verbal child and you want to see if the child is making a sound to get more bubbles. So very in simple terms, using communication to express needs and wants, that's the instrumental function, that's the communicative function. And if you look at the development hierarchy of the sounds, purr sounds are the ones who come in first. So if you want the child to say bubbles, it's not too much to ask for if you're dealing with a child around 2 years also, because you expect these sounds to be mastered by then. So if I look at the bubbles, I can hold the bubble stick in my hand and ask the child, Didi bubbles, Didi, and I can just wait till the child makes a sound. Now your aim should not be to get bubbles in 1 or 2 go. Your aim is that for the stimuli, is the child producing even b, even just or whatever, just a sound. So basically start with that. If the child is already verbal and the b and p needs to be targeted, then it's a beautiful activity to be used for targeting words like bubble, popping, bubble, blow. Those words can be taken. So bubbles can be used for that as well. Bubbles can also be used in a way whereby this is very unique. I've observed it by my senior. So what happens is you blow the bubble and then you hold it near the wand, hold it near the lips. For kids who are having praxis component, voluntarily they are not able to open their mouth and close their mouth. So just I'm talking about the non-toxic bubbles in this activity. You avoid using these bubbles because there are chances that the bubbles might enter the mouth. So to avoid any sort of health related problems, try using non-toxic bubbles for this activity. So you hold the bubble, you jiggle it on the wand near the lips. The moment that feedback goes, the child will open the mouth. That's the commonest response that you will see when you're dealing with a child who lacks voluntarily closing and opening of the mouth. So you can use this because it's a very interesting thing. Whenever like a spoon, someone is holding jelly near your mouth, and you feel fascinated and you'll open your mouth, and that's the response that you want. So do it couple of times and the child gets into that motion now. And then you just expect the child to open and close because the movement comes in under their control. So bubbles are an excellent tool. Also, I have a unique idea. So what you can do is, in this bubble water, what you can do, you can pour 2 to 3 drops of colored water, watercolor, make it colored water, and then it's more fascinating. Sometimes you can use the same soap water and you can add glitter to it, making it visually very nice. So you can target words like shake. You can even show the child the words like rolling, because you can just roll the stick like that. That's when rolling. You can even do do with this, wherein you hold the stick out there and you want him to say do. When he says do, you blow it out if you're targeting do. So many things can be done. It is an excellent tool to be used when you're targeting intraoral pressure for kids who have misarticulation of fricatives basically. So if you want to increase the intraoral pressure, you can use bubble sticks, and when you're using them, every session try to make it more interesting by adding either colors, by making it a rainbow, by doing something or the other, and make sure that you keep your sessions interesting. If you liked all the suggestions, do mention in the comment section and share with us if we can use bubbles for more creativity. Thank you.